and good evening, teacher, and good evening, everyone. Especially good evening, my member, Srinik. Yes, today we are we will make the presentation talk about the present perfect continuous passive. Yes. Yes, now we start. The present perfect continuous passive. The first, I just want to show you a little about active voice and passive voice. Yes, active voice, the subject is focused on the sentence, but passive voice objective is focused on the sentence. Why we do like this? Because you know, when we use the passive voice, when we don't know who the subject is, or it is not important who the subject is, or when it is the obvious to the listener or reader who the subject is, because it is the person who usually doesn't it. When we give more important to the object of the sentences rather than the subject, we always use passive voice. Yes, this is the structure of the passive voice of present perfect continuous passive. Yes. Have or has plus been plus being plus participle. Yes. Or we already know about the verb 3. Yes. This is the example. Example, I have been being void. You have been being void. He also he, see, it has been being void. We have been being void. You have been being void, and the last they have been being void. And this is the usage of the present perfect continuous passive. Yes. The present perfect continuous passive expresses and emphasizes the consequences resulting from the previous but incomplete action or state that began in the past and continues into the present but may or may not continue into the future. Also, like the present perfect continuous active, the present perfect continuous the present perfect progressive passive, yes, occur most often in the sentence that express action that occur recently and action that continue up to the present. Yes. We look about the example. The English grammar has been being studied by us for about 2 months. Yes. And another example, yes, the pamphlet have been being printed since the last night. And the last of example, 2 mic pollution has been being dumped in the river. Yes, this is we have in the past, the action in the past and continue, yes, and continue to in the present. And one more, like the example number 2, we saw that actions occur recently as well. Yes. One more thing, we just tell you more about something of the present perfect passive, like the agent is unknown. Yes, we don't know who or what is the agent. Example, there is a man living down there on the first floor that has been being annoyed by our loud music. This is, we don't know the person, we don't know the who. Yes. Rule number 2, yes, about we use the passive to emphasize the subject. To emphasize the subject, you can look at about the example. It was he. Yes, it was he, the villain who has been being sought after for his crime against society. Yes, we emphasize the subject. Yes, we emphasize the subject. And number 3.3, we use the passive to talk about the general truths. Yes, like the example that have been being looked after by human for the thousands of years. This is the general. Now you can look at every dog we have been looked after. Yes, we have been looked after of the humans nowadays. You can some houses has 1 or 2 or 3, depend on they like or not, but the dog has been being looked after by human. And point number 4, we can use the passive if we want to be unclear or vague about the subject. So when we want to unclear, we can use a passive voice or the present perfect continuous passive as well. Like we answer what it was, but usually these things have been being dealt with seriously by the justice department. So this is the thing that we don't know sure about. Yes, we don't know sure when the justice department deal with. And point number 5, we use the passive voice. We use the passive when the subject is irrelevant. Yes, example, irrelevant. We don't care who or what has caused the action. Yes, who caused the action to be. Example, this type of normalized have been being studied for the century on and without any progress having been being made. Yes, and the point number 6, maybe I wrong, I don't know, sorry. We use the passive in the moral atmosphere, like at artist or an important piece of the writing, especially scientific color, speaking. Example, my scientific analysis clearly demonstrate that the stars in our solar system have been being lighted for millions of years. Now I finished my part, so I invite the sister Srenik to continue about the English verb to the complete guide to explain more after me. Thank you, teacher, and thank you, everyone.
Good evening, teacher, and good evening, everyone. Now I continue about the English verb, the complete guide context. So what has been being done about all these issues on the fire? Not a lot has been begin actual as far as and consider the fire the already intent in land and is now strengthening the local people. I feel sorry for the new sailors who have lost their house. From what I read in the paper that morning, the countryside out in the Christian has been burned to a stick by the ongoing fire. I dare say, I don't hope the firefighter can stop it soon. Me too. Next slide, Lubong. For analysis, number 1. What has been done about all these issues on fire? The present continuous when used in the pursuit is uncommon and most people would not use it. We have an example of it begin use even though its readily use has been done. Number 2, not a lot has been begin actual as far as in consider. The present perfect continue in the partial voice has been begin actual is used here to show that the agent, the thing or person, it is not important. Number 3 is now strengthening the local people. It's used to show the step. We can use the present continue or the present simple to talk about permanent or temporary state. Number 4, the countryside out is Christic has been begin burned to a stick to a stick. We use in the present simple because it's an emotion state. Number 5, the countryside out is the Christic has been begin burned. Sorry, number 6, I don't hope to firefighter can stop it soon. The main auxiliary verb to do is used. I hope to give more emphasis to the phrase. To do is used with normal verb or not auxiliary verb to emphasis in English. Next slide, Lebon. For conclusion, the present perfect progress still indicate and highlight the repercussion of the preceding but unfinished action or situation that start in the past, continue into the present, but may or may not continue into the future. Next slide. For exercise, I move to a vulnerability for a friend all of you. Thank you, teacher, and thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Sister Srinik. This is I have 4 exercise for everyone to change. To change the present perfect continue active to passive. I give you for 5 minutes to do this. So after we do that, we do already, I will show the answer to everyone.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I ask the question first?
Yes.
I have the question. How many forms of present perfect passive?
Yes, the form of the present perfect passive we have 3. We have always 3. Most of the sentence we always have 3. Like the present perfect continuous passive voice can have the 3 2. The first is positive. Yes, positive. Subject. Yes, plus have or has plus been plus being plus past participle, or we can call the word 3. This is the positive. Example, I have been being worked. Yes. Negative. About the negative, subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus being plus verb participle. Yes. Example, like the first example, the positive, I have not. We just add not to our sentence. I have not been being worked. Yes. And about the question, have or has plus subject plus been plus being plus past participle. Yes. Example, have I been being worked? Yes. Did clear or not, sister?
Okay, clear. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, Honorable.
Yes.
I suggest you to you should drop the slide in our group it's easy to see and to read.
Yes, I will drop for you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for recommend that.
Any question more, you can ask group 4. If you have any doubt or any question, you can ask, okay? Don't be afraid, we learn each other. Please. I give you 5 minutes. Any question, vulnerables, a sister, brother, and any students? No question?
For me,
Okay,
no, sir.
so, pardon? So if you have no question, so it's my turn. So now I would like to give you some comments related to your presentation, okay? The first one, I would like to give you the comment related to your slide preparation, okay? When you
Yes, teacher.
prepare next time, okay, don't show your slide like this. Because when you show your slide from one slide to the other slide, it look like the thunder. Okay, it look like thunder. And when the audience, they just watch at your slideshow, they feel headache. Even me also, when I watch your slide, so I feel headache. I don't know about this one, okay? So next time you should prepare as simple as you can, okay? And one more thing, I can say that your presentation is good, but you have a little bit the points you have to improve next time.
Yes, I know, teacher, about this point because I search and most of the present perfect continuous tense, the passive is recommend. We rarely use of it, teacher.
Yes.
Especially, yes, most of the continuous tense, like the present perfect continuous tense, is the common to use. It's hard to find the document. Yes, I know about. I have some problem with too. Thank you.
I don't think like that. There are many books, there are many documents. You can search any sources like Google, any websites, or any book. Okay. All the tense in English, there are many sources. You don't complain yourself as the difficult, but actually you should find it is easy one that you can. You should find the other sources. And one more thing, it's not much hard. Present perfect continue, it look like the present perfect continue inactive. You just only convert from the active to the passive. You just add only been, okay? Only been that you have to write with the perfect continue in passive. And one more thing, like look at example. Your example here has no full stop as well. We consider in a sentence we have subject verbs, but actually if you don't put the periods or the full stops, it means that the sentence will be continued in the next sentence. So next time you should improve for this one. It is not much seriously mistake, but actually the point that you have to improve. Your presentation is very well now. I can be accepted, but actually more of any preparation, any presentation, we always have challenges with the mistake. Even me as well. No one is perfect. Okay. So, but what I thought, I have to give you the comments the point that you have to be improved the next time when you do like this. Okay. So now go to my question is that the first one, when do we use the present perfect continue? When do we use it?
Yes,
Do you
teacher,
hear me,
about-
Honorable?
Yes.
Okay, please.
You just asked me when we use the present perfect continue,
Yes, of course.
not passive. Teacher. Not continue to passive, or just talk about the present continuous.
Present perfect continue in passive,
Yes,
because your topic is
Teacher.
passive, right?
yes, teacher.
Okay, please.
About the present perfect continuous passive, we talk about to express and emphasize the consequence resulting from the previous, yes, from the previous but incomplete action or step that began in the past and continue into the present, but sometimes may or not continue in the future, teacher. And one more, most of the present continuous passive, it occurs most often in the sentence and express about the action that occur recently as well. Yes, teacher.
Okay, that's good. So can you give me one example?
Example, the toy, yes, the toy have been being broken by the children.
Mhm.
Yes, teacher.
Anything else?
That I have been being yelled at all morning. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes,
I
have been being.
have been being.
We can call yell. Y-E-L-L-E-D, teacher. I
Why?
can. Y-E-L-L-E-D.
Okay. Gel, right?
Yes, yell.
Okay. So can you explain the example here? Can you explain which one is receive the action, which one is do the action?
The first, I like the first example, the toy have been being broken by the children. Yes, the first action is the children they have been broken already. So broken the toy already. So when we complete to change the active to passive, we can say the toy have been being broken by the children.
Okay.
Yes,
Anything
teacher.
else?
That's all, teacher.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Honorables. And now go to next. Okay, my question is go to next. Next, when do we use present perfect progressive in the passive voice? Please. Hello, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Dạ cha xong xuôi một lần kia cha.
When do we use present perfect progressive in the passive voice?
We use the present perfect in the passive voice. We use it in the active form to talk about the recent action, experience, and ongoing action in situation.
Example?
For example, He worked here for 18 years.
She
She worked here for 18 years.
she worked here. He worked here for
Yes.
18 years. Is it
Yes.
correct? This is the form of the present perfect progressive in the passive.
Wrong.
Okay, please. Yeah, again. I give you the second opportunity. Please.
I have been staying with my friend until I find my own place to live.
I have been
Staying with my friends until I find my own place to live.
I have been staying with my own place until I think it is not correct yet. It is not the example of present perfect continue in passive. So next question. So what is the form of present perfect progressive?
Subject
In the
plus
passive.
have. Subject plus have been plus past particular.
Are you sure? I think it's not yet. Not correct. Again, send it again. Give me again.
Subject plus have been plus past particular. Participle.
No, not yet.
Verb 3 ở chợ.
Yeah, I know. Past participle. What we call verb 3. It's not correct. The form of the present perfect progressive. Present perfect progressive, you must say subject plus have or has plus been plus being
Plus
and
verb.
the last one verb past participle or verb 3.
Yes, sir.
You have to remember this one. This is your topic. You have to respond. You have to seriously know or understand this one. In the whole topic, in the whole present perfect progressive in passive. Okay. So thank you very much for your presentation. Okay, that's good. You can answer the question. So now we move to group number 5. So please. Group number 5.
No.
Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, teacher, and good afternoon to everyone, especially Honorable here. Today, my group will be presentation about the past perfect passive. And in my group, have 2 members. The first one is Honorable Muti, and the last one is me, Won Kanyarai. And this time, I will invite Honorable Muti to present the past perfect passive.
Okay, I have a content about the perfect passive. First, introduction, and 2, how to use past perfect passive. 3, the structure form of the past perfect passive. And 5, how to change active voice to passive voice. And 5, conclusion. And 6, reference. And 2 more answer and exercise and answer. Next slide. Okay, introduction. What is the past perfect passive? The past perfect passive express provide action or state with additional past application that began in the past and continue up to another specific point in the past while moving an object from an active sentence into the subject position. Next slide. Next slide, Hằng. And number 2, how to use past perfect passive. We use past perfect passive to talk about action or event that happened before some moment or another action in the past. You can see the this photo that I put in slide. Is the past perfect passive is happened in the past or another point in the past, is nearly in the present, and is similar to the past perfect in the active voice. The past perfect passive express an emphasis previous action or state that began in the past and continue up to another point in the past, and holds consequent have application for that second point in the time, and is also like the past perfect active. The past perfect passive occurs most often in sentence that express a conflict action that occurs before another action in the past, or that express action that began in the past and continue up until another action in the past also. Yes, next point on this slide. Yes, the structure from the past perfect passive. There are 3 forms of past perfect passive. Yes, for the first, possessive form, second, question form, and third, negative form. You can see this picture is hard to see, but I will read to you. For the first form, possessive form or informative form. Yes, it's subject plus head plus been plus verb 3 or participle. For example, the vase had been knocked down when the earthquake happened. It doesn't matter if the subject of your sentence is singular or plural. The structure doesn't change. About the question form, had plus object plus been plus verb 3 and question mark. Don't forget to put question mark if you make the question form. For example, had the vase been knocked down when the earthquake happened? The structure for asking a question is past perfect passive. Yes. About the negative form, object plus had plus not plus been and plus verb 3. For example, the vase had not been knocked down when the earthquake happened. Is to make a negative past perfect passive structure, just insert not between had and been. You can also use hadn't instead of had not. Yes, I have to research many times, but it's not so more form about the passive of past perfect passive. So it has just 3 form. Yes, and about next slide. So I want to invite my partner to continue from me. Yes, thank you, teacher, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Honorable, for inviting me, and hello to teacher and to everyone. This is my turn for the presentation. Number 4, how to change active voice to the passive voice. Here is the form that we change active voice to passive voice. The positive form, subject plus had plus been plus verb participle plus by plus then. The negative form, object plus had plus not plus been plus verb participle plus by plus then. And the question form, had plus object plus been plus verb participle plus by and plus agent and plus question mark. Please next slide. Okay, for example, active voice. Active voice, they had in white the brown. When we change to the passive voice, the brown had been in white by them. For another question, for another example, I'm sorry, the active voice, they had not washed the glass. When we change to the passive, the glass had not been washed by them. And another example, active voice, had she planned the flower and plus the question mark. I'm sorry, it was mistake to pass the post stop. When we change to the passive voice, had the flower been planned by her? Please, next slide. About the conclusion, the past perfect. Oh, we change it. I'm sorry. The conclusion is mean the past perfect passive similar to the past perfect in the active voice. The past perfect passive express and emphasize a previous action or state that began in the past and continues up to another point in the past and was consequent have implication for the second point in time. Please, next slide.
Conclusion tiếp sau ấy.
About the reference that we have been researched through the many platforms. If you have any question or you still not clear, you can come to this link to search more about the lesson. Now, if you have any question, now my team is finished. If you have any question or any recommend for our group, please inform me.
So I have
Yes,
two,
I have question.
Yes, please.
I want to ask you. I'm not clear about the form. You can move slide to the form that you tell everyone. Yes, no, not this slide. Yes, about this slide. I don't understand what you plus by and plus agent. But I think when in my opinion about the agent, that mean plus by plus object, right?
Yes, agent here is also like the object. When we change the
word agent that mean by plus object, not only object.
Yes, it can be by plus object. But in here we can call agent because of sometimes it cannot be I'm sorry. I mean like by here by plus subject because of we put the object in front, so we can change subject to the it's mean like
I understand what you say, but I'm not sure or you not sure. I don't know too. But about my presentation, I talk about the when I research this about talk about the agent. The agent that mean by plus object. So but I'm not sure. You clear or not? I'm not clear. You can ask the teacher or like this. Teacher, you can tell us about this.
Okay, so you can ask one more or two students more, and then I will explain you about this one. Okay, so you can ask more, and then I will explain about the forms or anything that you still wonder or that you are not clear about this one. Okay. So any question more? មានជាសំណួរអីទៀតទេអាចសួរទៅក្រុម 6 បានអត់ច្បាស់កន្លែងណាអីហើយបើសិនណាម្ចាស់ប្រធានបទគាត់ឆ្លើយអត់ចេញចាំខ្ញុំជួយសម្របសម្រួលបាទខ្ញុំដើរតួជា facilitator ណា
Yes ឆើបន្តិចខ្ញុំចង់សួរមួយទៀតបណ្ដោយឆើខ្ញុំចង់សួរថាកញ្ញរីគាត់ដាក់ form មកដាក់ object ចឹងបានដែរ object ពីដំបូងចឹងបានដែរ
បាទហើយកញ្ញរីអាចឆ្លើយបានទេ
It can because of it is the passive, not active.
No
When we talk about
I don't think so
when we talk about the passive, we need to change the object in front and change the subject out front.
Yes, I know about this point. Even though we change already. So when we change to subject. We change the object to the subject. Why we don't put like the subject the same? Example, the subject, the object me. When we change me to I, why you why you don't put I? You still put me the same. I think if you put like this, it means you still like example me, when me is the object, when we change to subject, change to I. Why you still, when you take it from the object to the subject, if you put like this, the form like this, I think you still put me the same, not to change to I.
Yeah sure yeah I think so I think like the vulnerable
Excuse me, Ihan, can you share can you move to the next slide? No. Like, not back. Like, yes, here. In here, you can see active voice, they had in white, the brown. The brown here is the object. So when we talk about the passive, we need to take object into the in front here. So the brown had been in white by them. So in here, we change brown to the object. So in here, it's mean like that. In this form, we mean like we need to take the object to take like to replace the subject. You know what I mean?
Yes I understand what you say but about the structure about the form I'm not agree with you like this you should put the subject like should put subject not object about
No,
my opinion okay yes I understand but so
No.
I'm not
I want to
agree
speak more.
I'm not agree
Listen
about
to me.
this form
I think it's okay with to we
I'm not agree because of the form I
should,
take in from the Google, you know? Who wrong?
wait. I want to recommend. We should to ask more questions, and if we not sure together, but wait to teacher. So we find to ask question more.
Okay so any question more បាទខ្ញុំ I'm really delighted that you can ask each other and discuss each other to find the best answer or any solution that suitable for our learning. Okay, I'm very delighted about this one that you can ask and discuss each other. So if you have any question more, you can ask and I will sum up what you still wonder or what you cannot answer to the questionnaire. Okay.
Yeah, sure. By plus agent, I seem forgot agent. Agent refer to what, sir?
Okay, so the Kanyarai and Vandre Moti, can you answer about this?
Agent here is mean like also like the subject. It's mean like when you are take the object to in front, we take the object or we take the subject to come back. Oh, it is come back. To back. So we can call agent. But also like a subject.
So the agent function is just for subject only or can be object?
Definitely to the object. Oh, subject. I'm sorry, subject.
So only object.
Subject.
Okay, subject. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's all. Okay, so
Maybe, sir.
my question is, what is your topic that you are presenting today, Kanye?
My topic is the
perfect or past perfect?
past perfect passive, teacher.
Okay, past perfect passive. Okay. So now I would like to explain maybe Kanye and Vulnerable. They are understanding about this one, but actually sometimes both of you cannot find any easy techniques, okay, to explain to your classmate. I know you will understand about this, but you are lacks of any techniques to explain to your friends, so it is make your friend don't understand about this one also. Okay, so in here I would like to explain in our language. It is clear for you from here, and next time I hope all of you will not confused about this one again. Okay, អញ្ចឹងតកតងជាមួយនឹងរូបមន្តរបស់ past perfect យើងដឹងហើយគឺ subject plus head plus verb past participle ឬគេហៅថា verb 3 ក្នុងរូបមន្តរបស់វាប៉ុន្តែនៅក្នុងរូបមន្តកន្លែងហ្នឹងតាមពិតគេដាក់ដូចកញ្ញរិយចេះក៏បានដែរប៉ុន្តែយើងត្រូវយល់តាមពិតអា object នេះកញ្ញរិយយកចេញមកពី active voice ទេមានន័យថា object ដែលស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active voice យើងអាចយកវាមកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive voice បានអញ្ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងយើងចង់ដាក់ object ក៏បានយើងចង់ដាក់ subject ក៏បានត្រូវដូចតែគ្នាទេស្ដាប់បានក៏ប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាយើងយកមេរៀនហ្នឹងយកទៅពន្យល់អ្នកដែលគាត់ធួ grammar គាត់អត់សូវចេះ grammar ប្រកាសជាគាត់យល់lahចុះប្រកាសជាគាត់មិនយល់lahគាត់នឹងសួរសំណួរថាធម្មតា subject វាតែងតែស្ថិតនៅខាងមុខគេបំផុតណាអាហ្នឹងគេឲ្យឈ្មោះថា subject ហើយចុះគាត់សួរសំណួរវិញថាចុះកន្លែងនេះមិនក៏ឲ្យ object គឺស្ថិតនៅខាងក្រោយគេនៃប្រយោគអាហ្នឹងគេហៅថា object ចុះកន្លែងនេះមិនក៏ object ហ្នឹងវាស្ថិតនៅខាងដើមនៃប្រយោគវិញណែឃើញទេវាអាចមានពីរផ្លូវអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ passive សម្រាប់គេអ្នកយល់គេគិតថាអូអា object កន្លែងនេះមានន័យថាគេយកអា object ដែលស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active យកមកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive វិញដូច្នេះយើងចង់ដាក់ object ក៏បានឬក៏យើងដាក់ subject ក៏បានប៉ុន្តែអាហ្នឹងគឺសម្រាប់វេយ្យាករណ៍បែបអ្នកយល់បែបអ្នកចេះប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់គេអ្នកអត់ចេះអាហ្នឹងយើងដាក់ subject មកដើម្បីកុំឲ្យគេសួរយើងអញ្ចឹងណាបាទយើងដាក់ object ទៀតក៏អត់ត្រូវយើងដាក់ subject ក៏ត្រូវដែរប៉ុន្តែយើងគួរតែផ្លាស់ទៅជា subject មកដើម្បីឲ្យយើងកាន់តែយល់បន្ថែមទៀតយើងដាក់អញ្ចឹងគឺអត់ខុសទេណាហើយមួយទៀតតកតងជាមួយនឹង action ខ្ញុំធ្លាប់បញ្យល់ពីមុនមកហើយបាទនៅក្នុងបាយបើសិនយើងនិយាយពាក្យបាយមួយម៉ាត់នៅក្នុងពពួក active voice បាយហ្នឹងវាដើរតួជា preposition ប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាបាយហ្នឹងវាប្រើនៅក្នុង passive វិញអញ្ចឹងបាយហ្នឹងគឺវាដើរតួជា agent វាដើរតួជា agent គឺជាភ្នាក់ងារហើយភ្នាក់ងារនេះយើងអាចបូកយើងទាញចេញមកពីអីគេចេញមកពីអា subject នៅក្នុង active នោះមកដើរតួជា agent នៅក្នុងប្រយោគខាងក្រោយនៃពាក្យបាយហ្នឹងតើណាទេដូច្នេះកន្លែងហ្នឹងយើងដាក់បានពីរយើងចង់ដាក់ object ក៏បានឬក៏យើងដាក់ agent ក៏បានអត់បញ្ហាទេត្រូវដូចតែគ្នាគ្រាន់តែកញ្ញរិយហើយនឹងគុណចាស់មុទ្ធីលោកលើកជារូបមន្តមកអញ្ចេះគឺសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលគាត់យល់ទៅលើវេយ្យាករណ៍នឹងច្បាស់ តើម៉ែនេះយល់ទៅលើរូបមន្តនៃ passive voice នៅក្នុង past perfect នឹងច្បាស់តើម៉ែនេះតាមពិតយើងសរសេរអញ្ចឹងក៏បានអាហ្នឹងគឺសម្រាប់គេអ្នកយល់គេអ្នកច្បាស់មួយទៀតយើងអាចសេថា subject អានេះ subject object យើងផ្លាស់ subject បាទ had been ហើយនឹង verb 3 ឬក៏ verb past participle ផ្លាស់ by ហើយផ្លាស់ object អញ្ចឹងក៏បានដែរយល់ច្បាស់ឬក៏អត់ទេអ្នកដែលសួរមិញមាន sister Pauline ហើយមួយទៀតដូចបងខឿនណា
ឈើអាហ្នឹងពួកខ្ញុំយល់ដូចឈើនិយាយចឹងពួកខ្ញុំយល់ថាអាហ្នឹង subject នេះវាដើរតួជា object តែដូចឈើនិយាយចឹងបើអ្នកដែលអត់ចេះអត់យល់ទៅជាដូចតែគុណសួរថាទៅអញ្ចឹង object ហ្នឹងដាក់ដូចថាអាយត្រូវមីអញ្ចឹងវិញហ្នឹងដូចឈើ
តាមពិតហ្នឹងហើយបាទអញ្ចឹងកន្លែងហ្នឹងយើងដាក់បាន2ឥឡូវចាប់ដើមយល់ទៅបើនៅក្នុង passive មានន័យថាគេយក object នៅក្នុង active យកមកដល់ទូជា subject អញ្ចឹងគេខ្ជិលអាហ្នឹងផ្លាស់ទៅជា subject គេដាក់ object យកតែម្ដងទៅតាមម៉ែនេះបងប៉ុន្តែសួរថាបងផ្លាស់ object ដាក់ជា subject វិញបានអត់បានអត់បញ្ហាទេបានតាមម៉ែនេះបងហើយ agent ក៏ដូចគ្នាដែរបងសេអញ្ចឹងបានបានចុះបើ agent ផ្លាស់ទៅ object វិញបានអត់បានមានអីហើយ by នៅដើរទូជា agent ដែរអត់នៅតែដើរទូជា agent ដែរមានអីខុសតើម៉ែនេះបងច្បាស់នៅបងលីនី Hello មិនឲ្យស្ងាត់ដែរស្ដាប់ខ្ញុំលឺហ៎
យេឈើយេចម្លែកជួយដៃបើយក
អូខេអញ្ចឹងយល់ច្បាស់ហើយណា
យេយល់ហើយឈើតែនឹងឲ្យឈើយល់
ចាំឲ្យមានចងល់អីទៀតថ្ងៃក្រោយណា
មាននេះឈើ
អូខេអ្នកផ្សេង
មិញអ៊ីនធឺណិតខ្ញុំដាច់ទេឈើ
បាទតើអង្គឿនមានជាសំណួរអី
ដូចអត់អីទេឈើចង់ព្យាយាមទៀតចង់ឲ្យទៅឈើសង្ខេបមកប្រើដែរប៉ុន្តែតែអីដឹងអីទេ
មកសួរមកសង្ខេបអីគេហើយសួរបាន
កន្លែងដាក់ object ពីមុខហ្នឹងទៅជឿបើសារវាវល់
វល់បង
បាទកន្លែងដាក់ object ពីមុខហ្នឹងខ្ញុំស្ដាប់ទៅជឿបានតិចដាច់បាញ់ទៅនៅវិញបាទជឿ
អ៊ីហាំងមិនអ្នកសេHello
អ៊ីហាំងអ៊ី
ហាំងជួយនេះ slide វិញទេអ៊ីហាំងជួយនេះ slide យើងអាចសរសេរបានមកយើងអាចសរសេរមួយ slide បានមកបាទតោះបង្ហាញជា slide វិញមើលបង្ហាញទៅអា slide រូបមន្តវិញមើលរូបមន្តវិញហ្នឹងអាប្រិយវាធំតិចមកដោយសារវាជាប់អាផ្ទាំងនោះវិញប្រិយវាធំវិញមកហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងមកខឿននៅតែឆ្ងល់ object ហ្នឹងមែនទេមែនខឿន
បាទឈើ
អូខេឡូវអ៊ីហាំងបកទៅ slide ទៅសេវិញបានមកបកទៅ slide ទៅសេវិញបានមកត្រឡប់ទៅ slide ដែលយើងអាចសរសេរបានមកហ្នឹងហើយបកទៅអាហ្នឹងមកចុច slide យើងអាចសរសេរបានមកអា slide យើងសរសេរបានណាតាមមិញបាច់រួមបាច់រីកវាអីទេហ្នឹងហើយបាទរូបមន្តមិញរមើលអារូបមន្តមិញមួយទៀតហ្នឹងព្រិច slide បាទណាមិនបាច់បរិយាវាដូចមិញមកដាក់ដូចមិញមកប៉ុន្តែរហ្នឹងរឃើញរូបមន្តហ្នឹងហើយមើលទៅសេតាមខ្ញុំមកអមខ្ញុំ share វិញបាត់ share មកនេះហាំងបាត់ share សិនមក và khi nhìn xe tao nữa khi nhìn xe ấy bà lấy những đại rụp môn pa perfect bà mình sắp chí dương flash head flash verb 3 mẹ này hay flash chạy mà anh đang rụp môn bảo vệ toàn mà này toàn on lâu chúng ta ta ọp chít cho à là chạy nè chúng ta ta ọp chít cho toàn mà này anh rụp môn bỏ pa perfect chẳng nhâm trong bằng like này nó tôiจะ passive ខ្ញុំដាក់ថាម៉េចมันយើងសរសេរអានពីរបៀបដូចអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបានបញ្យល់ហើយរូបមន្តឬក៏ឧទាហរណ៍នៅក្នុង active អានេះទម្រង់ active នេះបាទរូបមន្ត active active voice រូបមន្ត active voice របស់យើងតើមកនេះរូបមន្ត active voice អញ្ចឹងដើម្បីចង់បង្កើតវាទៅ passive ដាក់ថាម៉េចខ្ញុំធ្លាប់និយាយឲ្យថាឧទាហរណ៍ដែលស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active នៃបង្កើតទៅជា passive គឺយើងត្រូវយក object ដែលស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active មកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive វិញអញ្ចឹងយើងយក object នេះមកបូកជាមួយអីគេ head បូកមួយ been បូកមួយ verb 3ហើយបូកមួយនឹងចង់ដាក់បាយក៏បានមិនដាក់ក៏បានណាបាទនេះបូកមួយនឹងអា subject វិញហើយ subject នៅក្នុង active ដើរតួជា object នៅក្នុង passive វិញនេះតែពិតចង់ដាក់ចឹងឡើយនឹងចង់ដាក់ចឹងក៏បានឬក៏យើងទៅសេមួយរបៀបទៀតយើងដាក់ថាម៉េចអានេះដើរតួជា subject មកមានន័យថា subject បើកាលណាយើងដាក់អញ្ចឹងវាអាចច្រឡំបាទហើយនេះយើងដាក់ថា object មកក៏បានដែរអត់បញ្ហាទេប៉ុន្តែក្នុងករណីហ្នឹងដូចខ្ញុំនិយាយមិញអញ្ចឹងថាបើសិនតែយើងទៅសេករណីខាងលើសម្រាប់វេយ្យាករណ៍គេដែលគេមិនទាន់ចេះច្បាស់គេអាចនឹងច្រឡំគេអាចច្រឡំថាម៉េចជាធម្មតា object វាតែងតែនៅខាងក្រោយនៃប្រយោគគេចុះហេតុអីបានជា object កន្លែងនេះវាដើរតួជាទៅជា subject វិញឃើញទេអាចច្រឡំអញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែយើងត្រូវចាំថាកាលណាយើងសរសេរ passive យើងត្រូវទាញអា object ដែលស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active មកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive វិញឃើញទេអញ្ចឹងគេខ្ជិលផ្លាស់អាហ្នឹងទៅជា subject នេះ subject ចាគេដាក់ object អញ្ចឹងអា object ហ្នឹងគឺ object អីគេ object របស់អា active នេះ active voice នេះតើណាណាតើអត់ហើយអា subject នេះធម្មតា subject យើងតែនៅប្រយោគមុនប្រយោគណាមុខគេមកអស់ចុះហើយបាន subject នៅខាងក្រោយគេមកអស់វិញអា subject នេះគឺ subject របស់ active អញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុង passive យើងត្រូវយកអា subject មកដើរតួជា object នៅក្នុង passive ហើយ object នៅក្នុង active យើងត្រូវលើកវាយកមកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive វិញឥឡូវយើងឲ្យឧទាហរណ៍មួយមើលឧទាហរណ៍ថា he had taught Japanese បាទអានេះតម្រងដើមមកគេនេះតម្រងប្រយោគដើមមកគេអញ្ចឹងដើម្បីយើងសរសេរទៅជា passive សេថាម៉េចអាណាដើរតួជា object មិនអានេះមែនអត់ មិន Japanese បាទអញ្ចឹងយក Japanese មកបាទ Japanese ដើរតួជា object នៅក្នុង active យើងដើរយកវាដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive មកហើយរូបមន្តរបស់យើងមិន head យើងរក្សានៅដែល bin ក៏រក្សានៅដែលដែរហើយពាក្យ taught ហ្នឹងក៏រក្សានៅដែលដែរ sorry
by him
បាទយើងចង់ដាក់បាយក៏បានអត់ក៏បានអត់បញ្ហាយើងដាក់តំណឹងក៏បាន full stop ក៏បានឬក៏យើងចង់បន្តទៀតបើវងកញ្ចក់មកបាយគេ he នឹងបដូរទៅជា object ថាម៉េចមិន him មែនអត់មិន he នឹងបដូរទៅជា object ថា he ដែរណាអត់ទេណាគឺ him ចា full stop មកតើមែនអត់
អញ្ចឹងបានសើ object ហ្នឹងហើយជា Japanese ហ្នឹងបាទ
នៅក្នុង passive យើងអាចសរសេរបានពីររូបមន្តហ្នឹងយើងចង់សរសេរមួយណាក៏បានដែរប៉ុន្តែគ្រាន់តែនេះយើងសរសេរសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលគាត់ squall away the subject away the object got them squall ប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់គេអ្នកដែលខ្លាំងវេយ្យាករណ៍អ្នកដែលមើលទៅដឹងយើងអាចសេតម្រងខាងលើបែបខាងលើនេះក៏បានដែរអត់បញ្ហាទេតន់មកនេះបងតន់ទេច្បាស់នៅតន់បើឲ្យបានណាចឹងអត់ច្រឡំគ្នាទៀតទេណាតាមពិតគាត់តែសេ object កន្លែងនេះគឺ object គាត់យកចេញមកពី active void នេះទេហើយគាត់សេ subject កន្លែងនេះឬក៏ agent កន្លែងនេះគឺគាត់ទាញចេញមកពី active void នៃ subject នេះទេតើអត់បងតើចាអញ្ចឹងអា Japan នេះហ្នឹងវាជា object អាហ្នឹងយកមកពី active ជា object នេះ object នៅក្នុង active នេះបាទចូលអាមួយណា agent នេះចាagent គឺ him បាយ him គឺ agent ហ្នឹងបាទច្រើនតើណាបងតើមកណាបាទមានអីទៀតទេឲ្យច្បាស់ណាព្រោះអាពពួក passive សំខាន់យើងរូបមន្តឯងចាំអារូបមន្តទៅថាបានណាចាំថានៅក្នុង passive បើសិនរូបមន្តបើវានៅក្នុង active យ៉ាងម៉េចយើងគ្រាន់តែយក object ស្ថិតនៅក្នុង active មកដើរតួជា subject នៅក្នុង passive ហើយ subject នៅក្នុង active យើងត្រូវដើរតួយកវាមកដើរតួជា agent ក៏បាន object ក៏បាននៅក្នុង passive ក៏បានតើណាចាំតែប៉ុណ្្នឹងក៏បានច្បាស់នៅបាទច្បាស់ណាបាទតើបើច្បាស់ហើយឥឡូវចូលមកក្រុមទៀតបាទមកក្រុមទៀតចាប់ដើមក្រុមទី4 Yes
ខ្ញុំនៅមាន exercise ទៀត
Okay exercise តោះចាប់ដើម exercise please share តិចមកមាន exercise
អីហាងឲ្យ share ម្ដងទៀតបានទេ is the exercise that our group have been prepared. The first, they had moved the table. So when we change to the past perfect passive, the table have been moved by them. Number 2, the American had discover another planet. Another we change to the past perfect passive. Another planet had been discovered by the American. 3, Jerry had received the text just in time. When we change to the past perfect passive, the text had been received. The text had been received by Jerry in time. Number 4, hospital staff doesn't accept the injured man. When we change to the past perfect passive, the injured man had not been accepted by the hospital staff. And the last one, they had cleaned the room. When we change to the past perfect passive, the room had been cleaned by them. Next slide. Hello, next slide. Yeah, and here the answer, you can check the answer here. And now our time is finished. Thank you, teacher, and thank you everyone for paying attention for our group, especially thank you the Ihang for help my group sharing slide. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, group 6. This is group 6.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So now return back to group 5. Group 5, are you ready?
Yeah, teacher.
So please share.
លោកបង share តិចទៅ
teacher ចាំអាត្មាសាកសៀបអីកន្លែងថ្មី next slide អីចឹង
Okay. Okay, you can start now, please.
លោកបងចុចវាឲ្យនេះតិច Yes, good evening, teacher, and good evening, all of you. Now it's
I guess
my,
đó.
yes, now it's my group is the group number 5. My topic is past continuous passive, and my group member I have 2 people, me 3 Vika and 2 vulnerable soon support. Move to next slide. Yes, this one is a content. Let's talk about the first one is introduction, number 2 background, number 3 conclusion, and number 4 reference. Now let's move to the next slide is the introduction. Yes, introduction. The first I want to say about the past continuous passive. Yes, past continuous passive is used to talk about the action that were ongoing on a particular moment in the past. The emphasis is on the process. Examples: the students were being taught grammar all day long. Number 2, the dancers were being watched by a jury of experts. Yes, in this sentence, maybe you will not clear because we talk about, I just show you about the passive voice. So when next slide, we'll tell you more. Yes, number 2, background. The first one, answer is when to use past continuous passive. Yes, the past passive voice or past continuous tense is used when you want to focus on the person or the thing that we receiving the action in the past that was being acted upon. What the receivers of the action object of the verb is the more important than the is there. Write the sentence in the passive voice of the past continuous sentence. Slide. Next slide. Yes. Number 2, past continuous passive structure. Yes, to remember the structure of the passive voice in past continuous, let's compare it with the actual voice structure. Yes, this one maybe you not confused because before you can see with the group number 6. Yes, the first is object plus was verb plus being plus by plus subject. Then verb being touched into a verb by him. Yes, number 2, I was being told to invest the company. And this one, if we write it in the active voice, maybe it's just go. He was being touched the student. Sorry, teacher. Move to the slide. Another one. In this slide, right? The first slide. Yes. In this one, I saw the example in the passive voice. And the next slide, we will compare you with the actual voice. Yes, move to the next slide. Yes. Yes, continue passive. Yeah, you see, the first one is the actual voice. The teacher was plans the answer. Yes, this one is the past continue, present past continue. So when we want to change it to the past continue passive, we need to move we need to find the object in the sentence. So we need to know which one is the object. So you choose in the sentence. So you see the answer is object. So when we change it to the passive voice, we move it to the first of sentence like yes, the answer, and then we upset the verb simple change. We just put being in this sentence and change verb to the verb particular. So we can change it to the passive voice. Yeah, the answer will be explained by the teacher. So you see, the teacher will go by the last of the sentence, and this one is a chain, like the kind I tell you before. Yes. So you can compare these two sentences. You will not confuse when we show you about the active voice and the passive voice. And note the doer of the action in the passive voice is not mentioned or interpreted using baskets, as it is less important or really understood in the passive voice. But you can always add the subject doer if you want to. Yes, if the passive voice, like you see the answer will be explained by the teacher. So this one by teacher, you can put it or not. It's up to you. If you think that the sentence not full, or you think that it's not correct, or something that you think that it's not, or you can put by the teacher when the end of the sentence too, when it's not a full meaning. But if it's full meaning, you don't need to put by teacher or something in the sentence. It's up to you. Yes, move to the next slide. This slide show you about the negative form. Yes, negative form. To make a negative form of past continuous passive, insert not between was, were, and being. You can also use wasn't or weren't. Example. No, I just tell you about the form first. Passive voice, object plus was, were plus not plus being plus verb C and plus agent. Example, the assignment was not being done by Monu. Yes, this one by Monu you can put or not, it's up to you. The second, we were not being helped by them. Yes, move to the next slide. This slide interrogative form. Yes, we put the was, were plus object plus being plus verb 3 plus agent. Example, was I being called by you last night? Were you being helped by him? And the passive voice, WA question, was, were, object, being plus verb 3 plus agent and question mark. Example, when was the class being taken by you? And the second one, where were the video being made by them? Next slide.
Yes, it's now is my turn.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
2.5. When you use passive voice, write sentence in passive voice when the object of the verb is more important than the doer of the action itself. And when you do that, the doer of the action is generally a word, but it does not mean you should never mention the doer of the action. Add the doer to your passive voice sentence if that's important for rendering the right meaning of the sentence. For example, this report has been written by Oana. The sentence is that focus on the purpose, but it's not focus on the who writers. And for second example, the purpose has been written. The focus of the sentence is the purpose, and the doer who work into the paper is not important to mention, or as we may already know him. Next slide. 2.6. When you should not use passive voice. We should not use passive voice when the focus of the sentence is the person or the thing that does an action in sentence. If the doer of an action is more important than what or whom has received it, write the sentence in a passive voice. For example, Asis is taking the next class. The writer is focusing on the person, Asis, who doing the action. And for second example, Reya calls me last night. The sentence is in active voice, as Reya is the center of the attention here. And the end of the slide, conclusion, change the position of the subject and object. The verb must be in half party form, or we call verb 3. Right, and about this, for reference, if you want to more about my presentation, you can search about that thing, right? Now our presentation is finished. If you have any question, you can ask our group.
Thank you for your presentation. Everyone, if you have any question, please.
Yes, if everyone have any has not any question, now we go to do the practice exercise. I take you 3 minutes for do of this exercise, and then we try all of them.
I choose me Daikon and Vichaka. You hear me?
Yes, sister, here.
Yes, yes. Yes, I want to recommend about the form. Form you can that means zoom not small, you zoom a big, not because it form is a point important for the audience watch and clear and understand.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
I know.
if you put
it
small,
in the column.
Yeah,
You
column
is
is
in the
small,
column
right?
already, but maybe more whether it will not show the slide too big, so you not see it full. But it's in the column already. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Riêng ông Lê, you nói soi mà đó.
Any question? Oh, you practice with your exercise, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so you can go on. No need to give your classmate to do the exercise because our time is limit. So you can continue now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, teacher. Honorable, can you tell the correct the answer question?
Yes, that is the answer of our exercise. If you
You can
don't have a
explain.
right, you can screenshot. Yes, screenshot to watch more.
Honorable, can you explain about the action, active voice, passive voice to them?
Yes, about this, that the teacher explained more about it before group 4 and group 6. It is not important to describe more. Just we want to remember the form, you can do it. For my idea.
Honorable, can move the first one. Oh, then no. 15.
15, right?
Yes. Yes, answer number 1. I was thinking the class at the time. Answers. This class was being taken at the time by me. This one we change. We should we find. Sorry. Yes. We choose the class to be the subject and we change it to the passive voice. This class was being taken at the time by me. Number 2, he was eating dinner at 9 p.m. And answer is dinner was being eaten at 9 p.m. by him. Number 3, my parent was watching the movies. The passive voice is that movie was being watched by my parents. Number 4, Manu was not doing the assignment. Passive voice, the assignment was not being done by Manu. Number 5, they was not helping us. Passive voice, we were not being helped by them. Number 6, was not recording the video. Sorry, was not recording the video. The passive voice is the video was not being recorded by me, by us. Number 7, active. Were you calling me last night? Passive voice. Was I being called by you last night? Number 8. Was he not helping you? Passive voice. Was you not being helped by him? Number 9. When were you taking the class? Passive voice. When was the class being taken by you? Number 10. Where were they making videos? Passive voice. Where were the videos being made by them? And that's all for our presentation. And thank you, everyone. And thank you, Honorable. And thank you, teacher, too.
Thank you for the group that working hard.
Okay, so thank you very much for your presentation. but I didn't ask you the question yet, but you turn up your slideshow. Okay, it doesn't matter. I can ask without any slideshow. So what is your topic talk about?
We talk about the past continuous passive teacher.
Past continuous passive, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Teacher,
so
that's my turn.
yeah, could you tell me the form of passive past continuous passive? Could you tell me?
Yes, teacher. The form click button. ប្រយោគស្រោទៅហើយអី Sorry teacher.
New form.
អូចង់ click. Yes, sorry. Positive form. Yes. Subject or object plus was verb plus being plus verb 3. And negative is subject or object plus was verb plus not plus being plus verb 3. And plus agent. And question was verb question was or was plus object or subject plus being plus verb 3 and plus agent. And WA question is WA question plus was verb plus object or subject plus being plus verb 3 and plus agent question mark.
Okay, thank you. So when do we use past continuous passive? When do we use it?
For me, I think
we use past continuous passive to describe the action or event happen at a definite moment in the past when we want to focus attention on a person or thing affected by the action.
Okay, thank you. So can you give me one example?
For example, the man was always being told what to do.
The man
Was always being told what to do.
Okay, told what to do. Okay. Okay, so thank you for your presentation. So next week from group 7, group 8, and group 9. Okay, so you have to be ready with your presentation. The member of group 7 till group 9, do you come or not? Do you come or not for today? So next week, it's your turns on Friday, on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we will learn at night. On Tuesday, we will learn at night, right? Chẳng đâu thằng anh kia dương được đâu tao biến dốc